So I had to sleep in my car. I slept in my car because
Come
I couldn't
on,
afford the
bro.
hotel. I couldn't afford the hotel.
I didn't have any money, so I had to walk. So I'm
Crazy.
walking up to 2 miles to go look a job.
How you a boss? You ain't got nobody making no money on you.
The same mindset to make 6 figures is not the same mindset to make
No.
7 figures.
We're at the Consumer Law Studios right now. Hey, y'all see I got a special guest in here. Obviously, I'm coming from a little bro standpoint right now today, right? So I'm little bro, and I'm asking you a bunch of questions. I know you're big in the credit game, correct?
Yeah, bro. The consumer law game is a different game, and it's information people need to know to be successful. Listen, for those of you that see me for the first time, my name is Daraine Delevante, your favorite consumer law expert. I teach people how to delete anything from their credit using consumer law. I also teach credit repair business owners how to grow and scale their business to make an extra 6 figures per year doing 4 key things: lead generation, lead conversion, client ascension, and continuity. It's just game on, bro.
Hey, and I'm GloJays. Anybody know? If you're new here, man, I'm GloJays. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All of the information will be down in the description. Make sure you drop him a follow, tap in with all his courses. Look, got a bunch of games. He gonna drop a bunch of free games. I got a bunch of free questions, and you open the answer, right?
Come on. I'm not holding nothing back, bro.
Okay, cool. So how did you get into like saying, hey, I want to teach people how to, delete things off their credit?
Have you ever been denied for anything?
Yeah.
So I'm not from America. I'm Jamaican.
Okay.
So I moved here in 2010. And in Jamaica, you either have your money or you don't. Like, there's no credit system the way y'all have it here that can bridge the gap. It's either you have money or you don't have it. There's no credit in between to bridge that gap. So coming here, I keep hearing credit, 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 credit. I'm like, yo, what is this credit thing everybody's talking about? Dude, I couldn't even get a cell phone.
Really?
Yep, couldn't get a cell phone. And that's when I started asking my godfather, yo, what's this credit thing? He's like, yo, America, it runs on credit. Like, if you don't have credit, you literally can't get anything.
So let me take you back, right? Let's take it back. So when did you come here? How old were you when you came here?
I just turned 20. So that was 2010. Yeah.
So you were 20. Basically, you came in basically just being an adult, right?
Correct.
So you came in, no credit, nothing. So the first thing that happened is you could not get accepted. You couldn't get a phone.
I couldn't get, even if I did, if I applied to be denied, I'm still going to get denied to be denied.
I
had nothing.
And you know what's crazy about that? A lot of people now, even my age, because I was like this at one point, right? I had money. I'm just used to cash. And I did get denied for something. And from that point, it's like, how did I get denied when I'm telling you I put $60,000 up front for it? You see what I'm saying? It was a car. I think I was like 19 or 20. And it's like, I have to, even with $60,000 down, they wouldn't let me have it. I'm proving you that I can pay for it. But I was like, wow, I can't get the car just because of credit. Even then.
Accountability too.
Accountability.
And taxes.
Exactly. And I'm still learning the game on that too. So for me, you know what I'm saying, being denied for that at a young age, I was still after that, I was like, I don't care. I'll just stack up and pay for it fully outright. So did it initially spark to you like, I have to learn what credit is immediately? And did you get onto it? Because a lot of people just procrastinated and just like, and you come from where you come from.
So what actually happened was I didn't have money either, bro.
Oh.
I had no money and no credit.
Whoa.
I had no money and no credit. So for me, it was a double whammy. So I had no choice but to figure out credit.
Got it.
It was either that or I'm going to be like Chuck in the pickup truck, just being broke and ready to choke.
So what, did you have a job? What was your first job?
All right, cool. So let me give y'all a little story. So my first time coming to America was 2009. So I came up on a school work and travel visa. Man, only few people know this stuff.
Yeah.
So I came up on a school work and travel visa, right? And I was working at Dairy Queen, and I lived in New Hampshire, right?
Got it.
Now, I'm coming from Jamaica, and I went to New Hampshire. Total polar opposites.
Definitely.
Bruh. So if you ever heard of the White Mountains, I was literally 1 mile away. So in the White Mountains, even in the summer, there's still snow on the White Mountain. That's how cold that part of New Hampshire is. It was right next to Vermont, right next to Canada, right? So I was making, what was it, like $7.50 an
$50 an hour.
$7.50 an hour.
Let me ask you this: at the time, did you feel like that was a lot of money?
Hell yeah, dude. Come listen. $1 $1 US. At that time was about 125 Jamaican dollars. So I was killing it compared to everybody that I knew.
Right.
My $7.50 an hour, I was killing it because I wasn't doing American conversion. I was calculating those money in Jamaican dollars.
So let me ask you, right? So with that, if you felt like you were killing it, what made you realize that you really weren't? What was it that were you exposed to? Was it the environment you were in? What had you like, nah, I'm actually not doing anything at all?
All right. So I left New Hampshire in 2010, and I came to New York. Now I have no family here.
No money at the time?
Huh?
Did you have money?
No. I think when I came to New York, I probably had $300.
For real? Moving to New York for $300?
Yep.
How old were you at this time?
I just turned 20. So first time in 2009, I was 19.
Okay.
And then I just turned 20, came to New York.
By yourself, family, nothing?
No family.
Wow.
So I was going to go to med school. And then I'm like, Mom, I'm not coming home. And she broke down and she was like, what are you talking about? You know, school. And I'm like, Mom, I'm just not. No, I'm going to figure it out.
So at this point, you taking risks?
I bet it on me.
That's what it is.
No money, no credit, no nothing. I bet on me. And a lot of people these days, they're so scared to bet on themselves.
Exactly.
Dude, I left a whole nother country with no money to a city that is so expensive with nothing but a dream.
And fast forward to now, you're at a point where, what's the most you made in a month?
The most I've done in a month, I've been consistently doing anywhere off $100,000 to $150,000 a month. I've done $100,000 in a day, $108,000 in a day to be exact. And now I'm working on doing $1 million day.
Wow, and that's insane.
And imagine just a short while ago, that's $7.50, huh?
You know, I was just having this conversation yesterday where it was like the biggest regret you could have is just imagine. Let's say you wouldn't have took that risk, and somebody would have told you if you take that risk, you would be making $100,000 a month, and you don't take that risk. How would you feel about it?
I would have just packed myself up and go back home, bro.
Yeah. You see, so that's the biggest thing with me too. I'm not gonna lie. Sacrifice put me here. Like I moved out here when I was 19, right? So
From where?
Little Rock, Arkansas. I came from Little Rock when I was 19 years old, right? Look, I've had my car when I drove down here. I had a job interview with Mercedes. I love cars, right? So I got a job interview with Mercedes of Buckhead. So you know that's right here in Buckhead. They sit down the street. So at that point, I'm like, okay. I put it in, like mind you, the job wasn't on Indeed, it wasn't nowhere. So I had to go to LinkedIn and I just researched I was trying to figure out who the general manager was, right? I figured out who the general manager is. I sent him a message. I sent him my credentials because I had been working in car dealerships since I was like 16.
Oh, so you've always been around cars.
Always around cars. So I'm like, okay. I came from being like a lot porter. What that is basically just move the cars around and make sure the cars are clean and doing anything sales or service needs you to do, basically assistant.
You got a foot in the door though.
Foot in the door. So at that point, it's like I had those, and I told the the general manager of the dealership right here. I was like, I sent the message on LinkedIn. Mind you, a lot of people, 2023, my age, don't even know what LinkedIn is. So I'm like, I go on LinkedIn, I find his name, I shoot him a message, say, hey, these are my credentials. I send him my resume. One thing a lot of people also don't know, have a resume. If you're working, have a resume. I sent them my resume, everything I was doing, everything I'm currently doing. I was in school. I was like, I just want contact with, I knew I wanted to be in service. I knew I wanted to be a service advisor because I had my foot in the door. So I'm like, I sent a message. I said, I just want the opportunity. And he's like, okay, I'll have the service manager contact you.
Wow.
A week later, he calls me. And mind you, it's maybe a Saturday. No, he called me like a Friday. And I'm like, okay. He calls me and says, can you be here Tuesday for an interview? Mind you, I'm in college at the time. I'm just a lot porter making $9.25 an hour, $9.50. So I'm like, and I have a car note at the time. I'm 19 with a car note. So it's like, you got to think, if I'm in college, 19 car note, I don't got no money.
God.
So I'm like, okay, how is this going to work? And mind you, are you familiar with tires having a big bubble on them? Like my tire had a big bubble on the side of it. I'm going to fast forward and you'll see why this makes sense. So I had a bubble on my tire and it's Friday, and Tuesday he's saying, can you come to Atlanta and do this interview? Mind you, I had never drove 8 hours. It's an 8-hour drive. Had never drove 8 hours alone. Didn't have the money. I probably had $250 to my name. A tire was gonna take all of that. Then I got to compliment gas and how I'm gonna sleep. None of that was gonna work. So I said, I got to take my risk. I'm gonna use this $200. I understand. I calculated how many miles it was, how many miles I had for a full tank. I was like, okay, with this $200, I can get there and back. If I do a turnaround trip, gas $200, I can get there and back. And $50, all right, anything goes wrong. If that tire would have blew, I was done for it. Because all it takes is riding on a bubble for 8 hours. It's only a time that heat expands. That tire any given time. Oh, but I still took the risk. I bet it on myself. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Whatever happens, happens. Mind you, my parents telling me, they're like, it's crazy because nobody from where I'm from has ever just moved and up and did something like that. So I'm like, all right, let me just do it. And I drove down there. Of course, I made it. So people don't even, I haven't even really told this to nobody. So my first, like when I did the interview, I did one interview. It went great, right? So I had to sleep in my car. I slept in my car because I couldn't afford a hotel. I couldn't afford a hotel.
Come on, bro.
It's a really nice area and just slept in the hotel parking lot. So I'm like, hotel, no police even ride through a hotel.
Correct, because all cars are parked here.
Exactly.
Smart.
So I park in the hotel parking lot. I go to sleep. Cool. Wake up, drive back home. And I'm thinking, my next call I'm going to get is you got the job. Boom, 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 boom. No. He says, can you come back? Mind you, it was Tuesday I did the interview. He called me on Friday and said, hey, can you come back Monday for a panel interview? And I'm like, I'm trying to recover.
Wait. Hold up. You did the interview Tuesday.
Yeah.
He called you back Friday to come back Monday.
And do another interview.
You're not even recovered.
Not even recovered.
Come on.
And at this point, I'm like, all right. But on the phone, did I stress? I said, yes, I'll be there. Guess what? I'm betting on myself. I'll be there. Mind you, I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I'll be there. So by the grace of God, I tell my mom this time, I'm like, Mom, I got my second interview. It seemed like it's going good, but I didn't have the finance. I didn't even tell her that. It's like, she ended up, she drove me down, right? She got us a hotel. I'm like, cool. So she sacrificed with
Faith
me,
without works is dead.
I say it all the time. So I'm
Closed
like,
mouths don't get fed.
I'm telling you.
Talk to me, bro.
I'm telling you. So I'm like, okay, cool. My mom drove me down here. We get a hotel for the night. I go in, I do the interview, boom. It went good. I'm like, I'm crossing my fingers at this point. So I'm like, now I'm thinking, fast forward, let's say he says I get the job. Now I'm thinking, okay, if he says I get this job, I have to get an apartment. So now I'm looking like, and I'm in Buckhead. I don't know Atlanta. I've never been. So I have to get a job that's close to the dealership. An apartment that's close to the dealership. I know that. So I'm like, all right, I got to get an apartment in Buckhead. So, well, it was like $1,200 for my first apartment, which in grand scheme of things, at the time, it sounded like a lot. But now it's like, okay, that's doable. But at the time, $1,200 coming from no bills for real. Nothing I had was a $300 car note and like $70 in insurance. So you got to think, now this is me saying I'm moving to Atlanta, and now I have no family here. I'm jumping out on a limb. I come from Little Rock, and you think of how small that is to move into such a big city, which was a culture shock at first. But I just knew. I said, nah, do it. Just take the risk. So it worked out. I got the job, right? So at this point, I'm like, okay, now I got to get an apartment. So I'm cutting grass, and I was doing photography at the time. So I'm taking pictures. I'm doing everything I got to do. I'm like, nah, I'm stacking it up. I stacked up $2,000. So guess what that covered? Guess what that covered? That's all I could stack up. That covered getting there, right? I had to get a U-Haul to get my stuff there. U-Haul was like, what? I think $300-400 maybe, give or take, but I had some assistance from my grandma. Then I had to get there. Of course, when I get there, I got to pay first month's rent. That's $1,200 off the table. So boom, now I'm like, all right, I don't got no more money left. And mind you, when I got the job, I never asked. And mind you, I never asked how much it was. I never asked how much I was getting paid because I didn't want anything to interfere with me getting the job. I said, I'm gonna step out on faith. I won't know what I'm getting paid to the first 2 weeks.
First paycheck.
And guess what? I start work. I'm in my apartment and everything. I have no money. I'm eating bologna sandwiches, ramen noodles. That's all I'm eating. And I'm cool with that. I'm like, all right, 2 weeks, I'll have a check. 2 weeks come, the stuff wasn't set up. So I didn't get paid for a month.
Oh my God.
But guess what? I stayed down. I said, that's cool. I just knew. I said, trust the process. So after a month came, my first check was like $3,000. I had never got a check that big in my life.
Can I get a witness?
You see what I'm saying? So with that was like, at that point, I cried. I was like, because I took a risk and it put me in this position now.
You bet it on you.
I bet it on me. It's like I took a risk and it worked out. And then from there, even when I had the job, I said, this is a stepping stone because I didn't want to limit myself because I see so much bigger. So at that point, I'm like, okay, all right, I got my job, all right. But I know what I want to do is bigger than that. And mind you, fast forward, my first year, I think I made $130K. Mind you, I was 19 when I got the job, so I was 20. I made $130,000 at 20 years old, which in the grand scheme is crazy. It's like, nah, you're killing it.
Bruh.
But every time I had glass office, my name on the office audit, but I said, this ain't for me. It's just not for me. And then fast forward to now, if I would have never took that risk to move here, I wouldn't be sitting right here. I wouldn't have nothing I got going on.
So, you know what's crazy, bro? And I think this is why we click so well when we like real recognize is real. Yeah. So you left your comfort zone.
Yeah.
To a whole nother place. You didn't know nobody, don't got no money, don't know how it's gonna work, but you bet it on you. Can you imagine at 19 years old? I was 19.
That's crazy.
I was 19. I left my whole country, my whole family, bro. Came to this country, no family. Moved to New York with my godfather. And it was so crazy because when I moved in with my godfather, like his wife thought I was his son.
Whoa.
Oh, bro, let me give y'all this story. So now he didn't tell the wife I was coming. So it looked like I just showed up.
Yeah.
And it looked like his son just showed up.
Yeah. Random.
Bro, oh my God. Like I could feel the tension, bro.
Yeah, you can feel that energy.
Right? And so mind you now, the cool thing about when I came here is, so when I came on the school work and travel visa, I got a social, but it was restricted with Department of Homeland Security, because when you come up on a school work and travel visa, you get issued a social, but it's restricted only to working.
Oh,
so I still had the correct. I still had the social. So when I came to New York, I didn't have any car, anything. My godfather wasn't driving, so I didn't have any money. So I had to walk. So I'm walking up to 2 miles to go look a job. I'm betting on me again. So I walked over to it was like a mile and 7, like a mile and like 7. And I went over to this plaza and I saw this store being built. Five Guys, right? Five Guys, bro. My first job in New York.
Hella expensive.
I was the best fry shaker. Listen, bro, I mastered that fries like nobody else's business.
Real.
Yep. So now in New York, I'm making $8.25 now. It's a big upgrade from back at Dairy Queen, right?
Right.
I'm making a whole $1 and like 20 cents more. Like.
But what about cost of living? How did the cost of living knock that off?
So at the time, though, living with my godfather, this is funny as hell. Yo, you're bringing me way back, bro. So now I'm making like $300 a week, right?
Okay.
$400 a week, because at that time that's what you put in, about $400 a week.
$1,300
yeah.
a month. Okay.
And one day, we had a conversation, and he's like, you're here, you're using the light, electricity, water. You need to start contributing. I'm like, damn. Yep.
It's time.
It's time. It's time, bro. It's not even a few months yet, but it's time. So I'm like, golly. All right, whatever. So I started putting. I think I was doing like 50%, because I still had my mom and my sisters back home. Yeah. And I was taking care of every money I worked here, I was sending back home.
So you weren't even pocketing anything.
Nothing.
Really?
For at least 3 years, bro.
What?
Nothing. So I'm taking care of the bills here. And anything extra, I'm sending back home to my mom, because she had just came out of divorce and she was restarting, building a new house. There was no money. I have 2 younger sisters. Sheesh. Yeah. So now it's going. And then April came around, my birthday. So now I was talking to this girl, and she took me out for my birthday. And I came back the next morning. Oh, boy. Dude, when I was going in the house, he's meeting me coming out.
Really?
And he looked at me and he said, "Listen, you can't do this." I'm like, "What do you mean? I'm a whole grown man, right?" Yeah. So he's like, "Yo, I got daughters in the house, and if they see you going out and staying out, no, they're gonna think they can do the same. And I'm not gonna disrespect you in the house." So what I did was I said, "All right, cool." 2 weeks later, I moved out.
Really?
Yep. Still got denied for an apartment, but I had a friend that lived in Mount Vernon, and his uncle did real estate, and he says, "Yo, I got a room you can rent $500 a month." I'm out, bro.
Let's do it.
I walked to Mount Vernon.
How long was that?
How long was it? Dude, Mount Vernon from where I was at the time, I think it was like 3 miles. It wasn't that far. That's far, but though. Like, remember in Jamaica, you walk everywhere. Like, we don't have cars. Like, people have cars, but they got money. I don't got no car. I'm either bicycling.
or walking?
Yo, you bringing me way back, bro. So I'm either walking, right, or I'm bicycling.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm used to walking. So I walk to Mount Vernon, right? And went there, check it out. The next day I moved in because I only had clothes, bro. I didn't have anything. So I didn't need a U-Haul like you. I just packed up my book, but I was out.
Wow.
Yep. So my boy helped me out too, cause he helped me with the taxi, and I put my clothes in the taxi, and yeah. So for at least they gave me a 2-month period so I could get myself together.
Got it.
And like shout out to Chris, man. Shout out to Chris, and they really helped me out. So now it was closer to Five Guys because now it was like a mile away.
Oh, that's easy.
So now I'm just walking back and forth. I don't have to worry about transportation.
Yep.
But dude, when that winter came,
It was terrible. I know that New York winter is
bruh,
it's different.
See, I had the 4 to 12 shift. So I wasn't even outside when the sun was, warm up. No.
Black.
I'm outside and I'm walking when it is freezing. There is no sun.
Still betting on yourself.
Bruh, betting on me, bro.
So let me ask you, what was the turning point when all that shifted to where you started elevating, getting where you are now?
I got adopted.
Really?
So I'm gonna give y'all a game that I've never heard this happen for nobody else. So in New York, there's a program where if you get adopted before you're 21, you're still considered a juvenile.
Right.
So it's a J1 program, and basically I got adopted. You had to go in front of a family court, and I got adopted. So through the adoption now, I got my green card.
Oh, so you got it. That's crazy how that worked out for you.
Bro, I'm telling you, God is always with me,
Always.
bro. Home, like he's like, just bet on you, bro.
Yeah. But I bet, let me ask you this. Is this like this for you too? So I seem like anytime the best stuff happens to me, like every time I hit a new pinnacle, it was right after something terrible happened.
Yes.
I don't know why that is. Something terrible happened.
So I learned this over the weekend. Shout out to Myron Golden. Disruption follows intention. And let me explain what Myron told me. Myron said, Daraine, every time you're about to have a breakthrough, something will go wrong in your life.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't go through some stuff to get to your stuff, the stuff that you got to wasn't your stuff.
It wasn't yours.
Right? So a lot of people, when the disruption comes, they give up. That is why many are called, but few are chosen.
Few are chosen. That's a fact.
This life is not for everyone, right? So after that, I said, yo, I didn't have to get married. So now, the first thing I did after I got that green card, I joined the military.
Really?
Because I don't like the fact of somebody controlling whether I can stay in this country or not.
That's true.
That's what happens with a green card. Because let's say now the green card expires. You have to go to an interview. Bro, I was not about to chance that. Nope, join the military right away.
So then you have your citizenship.
Boom.
Got it.
Got my citizenship, right?
So you applied it. I knew what was going on.
Yep.
Smart.
So now I'm in the military. Fast forward now, right? Time now to get my first car. Homeboys making so got my citizenship now. Joined the military. It's reserve. However, I got my security license and I was working at a hospital as a security guard. So I'm not making $8 anymore. I think I was making like $16 an hour.
Oh,
so I had a little extra money. Now I'm gonna go get a whip.
Got it. But look, so my thing is too, I see you probably had the same thing, bro. When I came from, I'm so glad that I was at a point where I really didn't have money, because when I got money, it was like, of course I had fun with it, but it was like, nah, I know what it's like not to have it.
Maurice. No, we good.
Oh, yeah. So it was like, I know what it's like not to have money. So with me knowing what it's like not to have it, when I got it, I was like, the sky's the limit now. I appreciate it more. And I'm glad I never was silver spoon fed. Bro, I tell people all the time, I'm so glad I wasn't born just 100% spoiled, never had to ask for nothing, never had to work for nothing. That's the biggest thing. And I just knocked off what you said, but that bro. So you can the same thing.
So now I'm gonna go get my first car. Denied.
No.
Still no credit, bro. I never paid attention to it because so much started to happen. I started making cash, bro. I didn't credit stuff now, like, cause my expenses were so small.
Yeah.
I wasn't really making any big purchase.
So you didn't need
So
credit.
I didn't need credit. It's clothes, shoes. You don't really need credit for that.
Got it.
They'll ask you in the store if you need like a Macy's card. No, I don't want that.
Nah, of course not.
Right? So I didn't have any major expense until I needed a car. Because now I'm like, yo, there's absolutely no way I'm going to keep walking in the snow. I'm not.
Yeah.
I refuse to do it now.
Yeah.
And the moment it changed for me was when I was on the train going from the Bronx to Brooklyn. I saw a fight break out on the train. And there was somebody that had nothing to do with it, got hit in the face. And I was like, yo, that could have been me.
It could have been you.
And I'm like, from this day on, I refuse to travel public transport. So I started putting some money together, saving up. I would do like 2 to 3 overtime. Because, you know, if you do 4 overtime, like 70% of your check is gone in taxes.
Yeah, you got to know this. You got to know the sweet spot.
It's
You
3.
gotta know the sweet spot.
3 overtime per paycheck.
Yep.
Or if you're going to do it, you got to do 6.
Yep.
But if you do 4, it
You're
didn't
done.
make no sense. Taxes is a whole nother paycheck.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, these are the things people that, like, y'all think people got it easy and we don't.
Nah, facts.
Like, when you, like, it's battle scars, right? So, so now I'm going to go get this car. Denied. Damn. Who can I call? Shout out to Kevin. I had one real friend at Five Guys. I had friends there.
Yeah.
But Kevin was like a brother. Kevin's that dude, like, Kevin, you know Kevin's everybody's big brother.
For sure.
Yeah, man. So Kevin came up, I think, 2 years before me. So both are Jamaican. Says like, yo, I'm gonna take you under my wings. And he
So
started
that's
showing
your mentor in a way.
Yep. First mentor in America is Kevin. So shout out to Kevin. He started showing me around, showing me where to go, where not to go. He's like, yo, there's certain things you can't say. If you're in certain places, don't wear certain colors. He was giving me like all the information, right? Correct. So now I'm learning. And I said, Kevin, I got denied for the car. I showed him that I had the money.
Got it.
And he said, yeah, man, I'll do it for you. But he said it in Jamaica. He's like, yo, me I go do it for you, man. Don't worry, me I'll do it for you. So Kevin came to the, but you see the ignorance of not knowing is, and it's so expensive. I didn't know what I was getting Kevin involved in.
Yeah.
I didn't know what a cosigner was. I had no clue what being a cosigner meant. You're saying I am standing security for this person, and if this person decides not to pay, I am the one who's going to pay.
You didn't know that.
I didn't even know what cosigner meant.
And he did it.
And he did it.
Oh, wow.
Kevin said, yo, I see you're doing it, little bro. I'm going to bet on you. Yeah, he did it without even second guessing it.
Wow.
But at the time, I was responsible, so I paid it off. But you know what? The killer... guys, when I tell you bad credit is expensive, I got a 2007... You're a car dude, so what's going to happen now. 2007 Nissan Altima.
Okay.
75,000 miles.
You almost said 100.
$23,000 I'm paying for this.
Whoa.
At 18.90 interest rate.
You were paying, what, $500 a month for this car?
Bruh. See, I didn't have to $545.
Yeah, that's insane.
New driver in New York. $300 for the insurance. Dude, I was paying almost $900 a month.
No way.
Oh, yes way. Like, I tell you guys, bad credit is the most expensive thing you will ever pay in your life. It's called, my friend Carter calls it the ignorance tax.
Yeah.
The ignorance of not know. And when I say ignorance, this is not being condescending. I mean ignorance. You just don't know the things that you don't know. And the people that know the things that you don't know will use the things you don't know against you.
Facts. So
Bruh.
Let me ask you this. So how did you get, now boom, all right, you're at that point. So let me guess, your credit score was anywhere from mid fives to...
I don't even know what it was.
Oh, you probably didn't even have a credit score.
Everything was on Kevin.
Oh, wow. It was based off...
It was off of I had nothing. All I had was the cash that I saved up. I had no... Like, dude,
So we starting from zero.
Start like
Let me
when
ask
Drake
you-
said started from the bottom. We were there.
Nah, no cap. So let me ask you, what's your first thing you did in order to get your credit together?
I had to get
we don't have no money.
I had to get no a few more times because I still didn't pick up on the credit stuff till I joined the military and I was going to go active duty. That's when I had to learn it.
So was it your surroundings that made you learn it? Like
No,
people talking
I was
about?
still getting no, bro, and I wanted to move out of the one room now. I'm still in the one room.
You're still in the room.
I'm
with your
still
original
in
friend,
the room.
And you're trying to get your own apartment.
I'm trying to get my own apartment now.
Got it. So you're like, you keep getting no, and you're wondering
Correct.
why am I keep getting told? No?
Correct.
So how did you learn? What was? The
I
first
got a
step?
credit card.
Okay.
Because
so
I
what
had
was
no
security?
credit. No, at that time, Capital One, they didn't care because it was
okay.
2010, 11. They didn't care at that point. So I applied and I got it was like a $300 limit.
How did you treat it?
Huh?
What did you do to
I
get paid?
maxed that baby out, bro.
Really?
Dude, I knew nothing.
Spent the 300.
Oh, I spent that. And then I wanted to spend it. It kept declining. I'm like, why is it?
It's a credit card. It should never decline. I used to think like that.
Oh my God. So I started researching credit card. It's revolving credit. You got to pay it to use it again. Yep. So I started paying it and stuff
So
like
when you
that.
started paying it, let me ask you: were you maxing it out and paying it completely off, or were you paying a certain amount towards that? You got a $300 limit. How much would you spend out of the $300?
I was maxing it out, bro.
And just pay it back.
I'm
in
paying
full?
back because I needed to use it because it's either that or if I'm applying online, I'm gonna give them my debit card number, and I know I didn't want to do that.
Right.
So I had to make sure that there was something to use.
Got your credit card.
So yeah, so I used the credit card, and I was buying groceries when I go out with Kevin. I'd buy him drinks, and because like Kevin's been the big brother.
Of course. So you're
right?
looking out.
So now, as I started learning more about credit and the factors of credit and stuff like that, I still wasn't as savvy as I was. It took me another. So now we're in 2014, 2015. So now what happened? Something happened. Something major happened in the U.S. and they activated the task force. What was it? Something happened. It wasn't a Boston shooting. I think it was a bombing. Something happened in 2014. I cannot remember what it is, but something happened. And when that something happened, they activated, it's called state active duty. It's in New York.
Yeah.
There was a mission going on before, but this had justification for them to bring on like 5,000 new soldiers.
Okay.
And I applied and I got through. I cannot remember what happened. I'm positive it was a bombing because it had to be like national security for them to do it.
Right.
So something happened in
Okay.
New York. And for whatever the reason, they upped the numbers now for the task force, and I got on. And I didn't want that Altima anymore, so I needed a new car. So now I started learning more about credit. Nothing to the level that I'm at now,
Right.
but just enough to get by to get it.
So what is that? What did you learn in order to like? Okay, if
I
do
needed
this-
more trade lines because I had nothing.
What's a trade line?
So a trade line is basically you establishing lines of credit where you are the primary person that owns that trade line.
So it's not like a credit card. You can't like.
No, it's credit card is a trade line.
Oh, that's
so
what it is.
remember now, a trade line is a line of credit that you're using for trade. See, we operate as consumers in commerce. That's the fancy stuff that like banks people talk.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you that's what it is. It's commerce, right?
I always thought it was
Transaction, it's commerce, right? It's commerce. So now, a trade line is you getting a line of credit from Bank of America, and you applied for it. That's your primary trade line. But let's say I went to Bank of America, I had a 10-year credit card, and now I can put you on there as an authorized user. So now you're piggybacking off of my good credit history with this bank. So what it does now, it gives you some of the benefits.
So they're vouching for you.
Correct, basically.
Got it.
Right? So I got a personal loan. I got a few stuff. So I had like 4 lines of credit now. And people don't, like some people will pay their credit cards. And sorry about the stiffness, guys. My allergies are crazy. Some people will pay the credit cards and then throw them in a drawer.
Right.
And then they wonder why their credit don't move. Credit is based on information. Your credit score goes up and down when information changes, whether positive or negative. If it's positive information, it's going to go up. If it's negative, it's going to go down. It's that simple.
And what if you're not doing nothing at all?
Then you will not have a move. It will stay stagnant. Something has to change. Information has to change on your credit for you to either have an increase or a decrease. Something has to happen. So if you ever see a score drop, something happened.
Something happened.
Something happened.
So, all right, so boom, you getting trade lines and somebody authorized you as a user, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Okay, so they authorize you as a user, and they're like, okay, here's just authorize you. So now, is your credit limit higher because you're an authorized user on their card?
So I applied for a few more credit cards, and because now I was maxing them out and paying off, Capital One loved that. So that 300 became 1,000.
So that's a good thing to do. Instead, some people say
don't carry a max. So this is where people mess up. They max out the card, they don't pay it, or they're making minimum payments.
That's what it is.
That shows the responsibility. But if I'm maxing it out every month and paying it out, I'm showing you, you might want to give me some more credit.
Give me some more money.
Correct.
Got it.
You see, like, it's just if we stop and really think about it, it's like you loaning your boy money.
Yeah.
You loan me 100, I give it back to you in a week.
Straight
you
100.
loan me 100 the next week, I give it back. Every time I keep giving it back. I'm like, yo, Glo, I'm gonna need 1,000. I got something to take care of.
Sure. I know
because we established a history.
Wow.
Think about it this way now. You gave me 100. I promised to give it back to you next week.
I did.
2 months passed by. I'm just giving it back to you.
I'm never letting you get it again.
So why do we think banks are gonna treat us any different?
You gotta treat it like you're borrowing money from your homeboy.
Or it's a relationship business.
And you got to treat it like it's a person that you're borrowing
Because
money
it
from.
is a person that's behind those
It
screens.
is. That's true.
It's a person, whether it's going through manual underwriting or automatic underwriting, someone still reviews it, an underwriter still reviews it.
So, and let me ask you this, right? It's in the field, but while I'm thinking about this, so CPNs has been a big thing. I know you're hearing a lot about CPNs. What is a CPN like? Is it legal? How do you properly use it? I don't know what it is.
So with a CPN, I don't know much about it.
Okay.
But from what I've seen, there's legal uses for CPN, but like anything else, people do illegal stuff with it.
Right.
So people try to use CPN to mask the fact that they have bad credit. Dude, you can't put lipstick on pig. It's still a pig.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Bad credit is because of your psychology.
Yep.
Good credit is because of psychology. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
Yep.
So if you have a bad credit mindset, it doesn't matter if you get 10 CPNs, all them CPNs gonna have bad credit because your mind isn't fixed. You haven't developed the mindset for good credit.
So you still
it's
have to maintain.
mindset.
Yep.
Correct. So now, because a CPN is disposable, they'll get 4 or 5 CPNs, get trade lines, get apartments, do all, come on, bruh.
And down the long run and come.
But then they get caught.
Yep.
Then they want to say, oh, I got it from this dude. And people talk about, oh, credit cards are bad. Credit cards are not bad. Bad people use credit cards, don't pay them. Then it goes to that collection. Then you got a problem.
Yeah.
It's not the thing. Just like people saying, oh, we should ban guns. Dude, if you put a gun down right here, right now, and nobody touches it, it will not do nothing.
It don't go off by itself.
In the hands of the right person that can save you.
Yep.
In the hands of the wrong person, it can hurt you.
Yep.
It's the same thing with, oh, rich people are evil. No, we're not. Not having enough money is evil because now y'all doing evil things to get it.
See, somebody with money, without money will do anything to get it.
Correct.
That's when you get desperate. Like, I tell people all the time, get you some money. For one, you ever seen a rich nigga start a fight?
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? Only people, and think about it. As a man, if you lose all your money today, by all means, I don't care what you say, you're not going to be focused. Like me, I'm not messed up. I don't want to link with no girls.
Nope.
I'm not going out. I'm not eating out. I'm eating the bare minimum. Cause my mood, I'm locked in. Like, bro, what went wrong? That's it. But a lot of people, their mind, it's mindset. Like you said, some people won't have money, right, and be fine. They trying to see where the club's at. They trying to see where all the freaks at. It's your mindset.
It's so money does one thing, and it does it very well. It exposes who you are.
Yeah, money allows you to be exactly who you really are.
Who you are.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what money shows your true color.
Yep.
So if you were a generous person with money, you will be a generous rich person. If you were an asshole before and now you got it, you're just an asshole with money. If you were a kind, loving, gentle person with money, you're a kind, loving, gentle person with money. It exposes you for who you really are.
Money allows you to be exactly who you want to be.
Yep.
That's crazy. So cool. Now, all right, you got the trade lines, your authorized user. Right, roundabout, where's your credit at this point?
So I think I would be like around 640, 680.
Okay, we're scraping 700. And you're how old?
Now I'm like 22.
So it doesn't take you long at all to establish this credit.
I had to learn it. Dude, so I'm gonna get to the good part. So fast forward now, right? So fast forward to 2019. Now, the active duty job that I told you about, I left it because I got a different position with it's still military, but when you're reserved, there's different types of active jobs that you can do.
Okay.
So I got on what is called ADOS, active duty status, with the unit doing a Homeland Security mission, right? And in that Homeland Security mission now, it's going great. So because of the credentials that I've gained in the military, New York City they had an opening for a hazmat job. So hazmat is hazardous material.
Yep.
That's what I do in the military. So I knew how to do it. I had the certifications and all of that. I applied for it. Let me show you how good God is, bro. And then goes back to how disruption just follows when you intend to do something.
Yep.
Dude, everything went well. Killed the interview. You're going to start soon. We love you. They could roll out the red carpet, everything, right? So now I put in my 2 weeks from the military.
Got it.
Because I was about to start a city job.
Okay, cool.
Right? I'm excited. But this was me still programmed to the Matrix.
Yep, in the Matrix.
Right? I'm still in the Matrix. So now, got a city job. I'm going to work 40 years. You know, the 40. It sounds amazing, dude.
Got benefits and everything.
Put in my 2 week notice. I called. They said the position is no longer available.
No way. You already put in your 2 weeks.
Yep. I was training my replacement.
What the fuck?
I was training my replacement.
Now what?
So they already hired somebody. I can't say, hey, job didn't come through. Can I get my spot back? They already hired somebody. And you're training him.
And you're the one training your replacement.
Yeah, because I'm leaving. I'm leaving. So I'm giving him all the sauce, bro.
So now you right back down.
Oh, my God. This is how God is good.
Let me ask you this. Before you say that, did you want to give up?
Bro, I have never felt like, I don't know how to describe it to you because I've never felt like that before.
Yeah.
It was a new feeling that I've never had.
Wow.
So...
Scared you, I'm sure.
Bruh.
I know.
Bruh.
I know. I've been
Mind you, my son was 4 years old.
Oh, you got your son too. Made it 46 times worse.
Oh my God. Bro. It wasn't just me. I could have went back to the one room.
Oh yeah, we can figure it out.
Oh, it's not.
No. You can't go back now.
So dude, I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, I'm doing everything right. But if you know how your blessing is it's packaged. Your blessing is just around the corner. But you see, some of us are so impatient and so we don't get the blessing.
They don't get it.
That's there for us because we want to jump the gun. See, I wasn't ready to receive my blessing.
It wasn't time.
It wasn't time. It was there. It was wrapped.
But you went and reached for it instead of letting it come to you.
I was not ready for what God had for me.
Yep.
So now I am angry. 2019, I was angry because I couldn't figure out why this stuff was happening to me. I was so angry. So I'm at the barbershop, and my barber said, yo, I just got this book for my niece called Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Oh,
I was like, what kind of dumbass book is that?
Yeah.
Ignorant,
Not
bro.
knowing.
Ignorant.
Let me guess you read the book.
Oh, my God. I got a curious mind. What's this dumbass book with somebody got
let me open this shit
two
up.
dads, one like what kind of dumbass book is this?
Yeah.
Ignorant. All right. driving home, put it on YouTube. So I went on YouTube, Rich Dad Poor Dad audiobook. I'm like, this damn dumb book.
Dumbass book.
I listened to it twice that night.
No.
Yep,
you
12 hours. I can
what?
tell you, the book, go on YouTube. The book right now is 6 hours and change. I listened to it twice. A total of 12 hours and change. I remember.
Whoa.
That was the changing point of my life.
That book changed. Why does everybody say that book? I've never read it. I've never read it.
The book, I don't know, bro. The book brings, I don't know what to tell. I wish I could. The book transformed your whole life. And then immediately after I finished the audiobook,
you applied it.
I did. But then Think and Grow Rich came up. Oh. Bruh, when I tell you I had to buy Rich Dad Poor Dad was the first book I ever read front to back.
Okay.
I've never read another book front to back before. That was the first book I read front to back 6 times. Then I bought Think. Yep, Thinking. I'm telling you, bro. The book was so good, I was hooked. Fuck. So then I read Think and Grow Rich. And then it just changed. It's like getting a car, right? That's just base model.
Yeah. It turned it into a fully loaded.
But then it became a fully loaded sports edition.
Ooh,
totally
that's a different car.
That's a whole new car.
Same shell, different car.
I had a new mind.
Whoa.
I had a whole new mind. So, and let me tell you where God came in now. Nobody could stop my paychecks from the military.
What?
So I told them, I said, hey, I'm still getting paid. And they're like, we're fixing it, but for some reason, we can't stop it. So from December, January, February, March, April, for 4 months, I was getting paid. I had to pay the money back.
Yeah, but it don't matter. By the time I had to
no one could stop the paycheck.
Bro, you wanna know what's crazy? Right, we got the same type of, like, bro, when I tell you so many times, like when I had my job, like I would pay bills or something like that. Like, bro, nothing left. Because mind you, either I'm just blowing money. It doesn't matter how the money left, right? Every time the money left, God always made a way. And bro, I'm telling you, no matter if I scrape dead zero, I got to a point where it happened so much, I did it on purpose one time. One time I went on purpose, I had $4,000. I swear to you, because I was like, there's no way every time I hit, like every time, it doesn't matter, no matter how rock bottom I hit, right when it's time, or it may be a little late, I don't care. Even if rent was maybe a week late, it doesn't matter. The money would appear. Or I blew all my money. Like, I rent money, blew it. I said, all right. And bro, when I tell you, I was like, I'm just gonna keep going with the flow. When I tell you I made $15,000, right? Like, I'm telling you, they gave me the late notice, bro. Tell you I made $15,000, paid it. Then I did it again. I kept, bro. When I tell you, a lot of people may be caught in this trend too, and I'm just tell you the truth. Me being young, making a lot of money, bro, I was blowing all my money. Like, when I tell you, and it's not even just going out, bro. Like, anything, I was blowing it. Doesn't matter, food or my problem was like linking with females, going on dates every day, just dumb shit, blowing it all. But God, I never sunk.
It's a part of your journey. You see, we got to go through some stuff to get to our stuff. So, you see, if you hadn't blown the money then, you would be blowing it now. Exactly. You have to go through it. Just like people that, this is the first person I've ever met, and this is my forever person.
They're going to shatter you.
You need experience. Relationship is a job. Job needs experience. So y'all thinking you're going to just be with one person for the rest of your life. That's when marriages break after 10, 15 years. Yeah. You only know that one person. You've never had no experience to bring in.
Never done. You had no experience.
And so now one of you get tempted because someone at work said some stuff to you that your partner never said to you before. So now you start thinking.
Exactly.
And you're like, damn, if he said he's going to tie me upside down, put chocolate in my mouth, put ice, you're like,
oh, shit.
My husband never did that.
Now she's trying
to you start thinking.
And it makes you curious. Like you was talking about, you had a curious mind.
Let me tell you what happened. The biggest downfall of man. In the Garden of Eden, right? And I am no way religious, guys. I am spiritual, all right? Let me just make this clear. But I'm going to show you the first thing that ever happened with the downfall of man is to focus on lack. And that's what happened in a lot of relationships. Exploitation of lack.
So when you say, put an example of that. Put it
All right. So in the Garden of Eden, the Lord said, you may eat off of every tree in the garden except one.
I'm curious on why I can't.
That's in the middle of the garden. See, the devil got them focused on the one thing they couldn't have. So they had to walk past everything God gave them. All the abundance.
Just because they were curious.
Because they got one thing that they couldn't have. So the intention changed. So you now focus on the thing. Remember, the things you give energy to, they manifest in your life. Sure. So
I just said
as a man think it, right here. As a man think it in his heart, so is he. Your words become flesh.
Yeah.
In the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word became flesh. Do you know how powerful words are?
Let me tell you how. Look, 2019, my girlfriend can vouch for this. In 2019, when I had that job and I had just moved to Atlanta, right? My penthouse that I live in now, we went, me and my brother right there. He came in town. He wasn't living here at the time, right? So me and my girlfriend, we go to get pizza together. This pizza place, right? There's penthouses right next door. Like I tell her this story all the time. So this penthouse is right next door. I'm like, I'm gonna live there, like that exact building. I said I'm gonna live there. Mind you, it was an empty thought. I didn't even remember the building. Like I didn't remember exactly what building it was or nothing. But I said I'm going to live there one day. Mind you, fast forward now, that's where I live at. I didn't even know. Like I thought about this maybe it took a while, maybe 6 months after I moved there. I was like, oh shit, this is the same building that I said I was gonna move in. So that's letting me know like I'm on my journey. I'm moving right. I'm like, okay. And mind you, bullshit comes along. I tell people all the time, the journey is never sweet. I just never give up. And I don't have a plan B, bro. A lot of people have plan Bs and they like, if this don't work, I'll just give up on it and do something else. That one time it gave up, if you would have gave that one more shot, it would have worked for you.
You know what I tell people all the time? So you're one letter away, right? And I'm going to get into the consumer law in a minute. But you see, a lot of people see the now, but they don't know the journey.
You don't know the journey.
That's why if you take a rich person and you take all the money in the world from a rich person, the rich people don't need money. As long as they got this.
I'll get it back.
Come on, bro. It's the journey.
Are you familiar with, I can tell you who exactly is the definition of get it back every time. I don't know if you know his name is Almi and a Hellcat. I don't know if he does. He's on social media. But look, he has lost it. I'm talking about house been raided. He had 20 cars, biggest YouTuber ever, confiscated all his cars, got it back. And then that same case, like while that case was going on, he ran it back up legally, got all the cars back, bought everything again. Now he's about to go face, I think, 2 years, 5 years, something like that. But while he's doing that, now he's setting it up. He said, when I come home, I have 40 million. And it's his mindset. I'm like, he's publicly lost it all 3 times in my face and get it back every time. It's like, it's his mind.
It's the mind. People think rich people are rich because of money. Money is a tool. And how you use it, like, everybody is self-made. Yeah. Only the rich will admit it. See, a self-made broke person won't admit that they're self-made and they're broke because of the way they think and the choices they make.
So I won't say I'm self-made. I'm self-made broke. You not gonna say that. That's right.
Everybody's self-made. Only the rich will admit it.
True.
See, people don't like taking responsibility. And it comes back to credit. You know that you didn't pay the credit card. You know you didn't make those payments. You know that everything, well, I'd say 90% of it, you did it. And if you didn't did it, you know who did it, because maybe the mom put the cell phone bill in your name. Maybe they put the cable bill in your sister's name. Like, some stuff happens. And life happens. It does.
It does.
The thing is, brother, it's not how you fall. You see, if you can look up, you can get up. So it's not how you fall, it's how you get up.
Yep. And if you get up.
Bro.
A lot of people just fall.
They just fall and they stay there.
And you know what's crazy? I don't get how people do that. Like, I don't get it. I don't care what can happen to me, bro. I don't care what happens. I won't give up.
Many are called, few are chosen.
That is true. Many are called, few are chosen.
So when we fast forward now, we're in 2019, right? All right, so I'm getting ready for the deployment now. Remember, nobody could stop that paycheck.
Yeah.
And then now, April, the commander for the mission called me back and said, hey, you know, we have a little bit of money now. We can put you back on orders for the deployment. God again, bro.
Whoa.
God came through. Yep. So I got right back on orders right up to the deployment. Now, there's a season in our life when we have to do work.
Yes.
So it's called your gravitraphic moment, right? Where your head down, you don't care about nothing in the world. You are learning, you are building. This is your groundhog moment.
That's where I'm at.
Right?
Yeah.
You got to put in the work. People want the stuff, but don't want to put in the work to get the stuff. How can you get the stuff when you never put in the work?
You can't.
You will not appreciate it.
Unless you put it in place where you can delegate.
Come on, bro.
But that's down the line.
But before you get to delegation,
exactly.
you got to know the stuff.
Exactly. You can't delegate something you ain't never did.
People want, oh, you know, I want to do $100,000 a day or $1 million a day. Do you know what it takes to do $100,000 a day or $1 million a day?
I'm telling you, people don't understand what that takes.
The same mindset to make 6 figures is not the same mindset to make 7 figures. $8 and $50 an hour to then 16 and some change an hour to right now the most I've made in an hour. Now that I think about it.
Cook up, tell me so.
Dude, I probably did $100,000 an hour.
What? That's bizarre. No, that's crazy.
Now that I think about it.
Oh shit! Without even thinking about it,
I never thought about it.
Didn't even notice.
Cause I know within 1 hour, I know for a fact I did 100,000.
Sheesh.
I know that for a fact, and I got proof. So anybody out there that's trying to say, "Oh, Daraine's just capping," no, he's not.
I ain't gonna lie. He got
no,
the bag,
he's not.
man.
I've done it. Right. So the point I'm getting to, like, if you are hearing this message right now and you think I'm bragging, get off the computer. This is not your program.
Facts.
I am telling you this. I am an immigrant. I am not from here. I had to learn credit. I was almost homeless. I had to sleep in a room. Mm-hmm. I walked to work. Literally nothing. So when I hear the excuses of why you can't do something, please forgive me if you don't see a tear coming down my eye. Because when I was walking to Five Guys, when it was raining on top of snow, and I was wearing sneakers, and my toes were frozen. Yeah. Because I know if I called out, my mom or my sisters might not have ate.
See what I'm saying? I tell people that's why it's a lot of friends that I lost just because when they tell me what they going through, I don't feel no type of way because I'm like they see my life now and I don't even tell them, but it's like you don't know what I've been through. You don't what you telling me is so small. You ain't been through nothing.
Not everyone you start with, you're gonna finish with.
Facts. I'm telling you.
We gotta recognize people are seasonal. People come into your life at a particular time for a particular reason. There was something God needed you to know. Mm-hmm. But just like there are 4 seasons, your life has seasons. Yeah. And the same person you were with 5 years ago may not be the same person you're rocking with now.
And let me add this too. Like my brother right here, right? So we had a time period we didn't talk for like damn near 6 years, or maybe not 6 years, 6 months to a year, give or take, right? It's like seasonal. So boom, I learned a lot during them times. It was like, okay, cool. I'm like, all right. I still wasn't associating with a lot of people. Boom. I come in contact with a couple of homies. I'm like, all right. Thinking that might be something solid, but I'm like, nah, really it ain't. It's seasonal. Felt the energy. So boom, felt the energy. Now I cut all them off. I'm like, nah, that ain't work. So I go back to where I started with. So boom, I went back to where I started with, and now this is the point in my life right now where I'm elevating harder than I ever have. I learned how to effectively build a team because when we first started this, like he was with me when I first went viral. He was with him recording all the videos. I didn't know how to build a team. I didn't know how to financially support this. I didn't know how to do none of that. I didn't have the financial literacy to do so. I was getting money, but I didn't know how to operate. Like you said, 6-figure mindset is different than a 7-figure mindset. Now I'm on a 7-figure mindset where I'm working to make sure he makes 6 figures every year. That's my mindset. I'm like, nah. If he making 6 figures, think about it. They say, how you a boss? You ain't got nobody making no money on you. I'm telling you, that's my mindset now. I'm like, all right, every move I make, it be like, nah, it's a team move. I gotta be like, all right, I gotta make sure they cool, and it puts a different responsibility on you, knowing like, nah, you the reason some people eat. And it brings that 7
It's a different type of drive.
It's a different drive.
Because now you don't only have your family depending on you. You have people. It's a different type of fire. So forgive me if you see me on 10 conference, on 100 podcasts with no voice. I got people that need me. So forgive me if you are hurt.
Yeah.
Because I am sharing the information that I know with everybody. Forgive me if you feel some type of way. Because you don't want to take action on your own life. Forgive me if you sing the excuse song every day. Tomorrow I'm going to do it. When tomorrow is promised to no man.
Nobody.
Make hay while the sun shines. And the reason why it like me saying it like this, I'm getting excited. The reason why I'm getting excited is because, guys, I have lived this.
Yeah.
It is possible for you. The number one thing is there needs to be a change in your mind.
Your mind has to change.
Dude.
I just told him today, look, not only that, my mind's so leveled up, so different now. I told him, I said, bro, whatever I pay you, that better not be whatever you spend. You better invest that. Anything I pay you, I want you to invest it. If something goes south, I'm saying if something goes south, bills, what, I don't care. Tell me. I got you. I got you. We gonna work. That's cool. But make sure you got something going on. I was like, make sure you got something going on for you. I'm like, cool. If you got something going on for you, I thought that was me.
I thought it was me.
I said, nah, I want you to have something.
Marcus, check it too.
That's not me.
It's one of us.
Who is that?
Oh. That was weird.
I'm like,
life happens.
Life happens.
But dude, so deployed, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm deployed. A whole year, I read 140 books.
So Rich Dad Poor Dad turned you on to reading books.
I could, dude, everything finance, everything real estate, everything taxes, everything business. I am reading everything.
Wow.
And you know what's crazy? I almost got in trouble for reading.
There's something in that book that I want you to know.
Bro, I'm there, one of my supervisors, right? Because I'm an E5, I'm a sergeant.
Okay.
But you have staff sergeant, you got sergeant first class, you know, like you're two ranks above. Correct. So now the sergeant first class saw me reading and was saying, oh, Sergeant Delevante, you can't read because if it's not military related.
Oh, you want my mind to be fixed on that.
I said, listen to me.
Matrix.
Listen to me very well. Send me home. If you think I'm going to put this book down.
Send me home.
And anybody can tell you that deployed with me, bro. They know me. And I'm telling you exactly what. I said, send me home. Because if you think I'm going to put this book down, you are the damn ass, bro.
That's the Matrix.
Bro.
They don't want your mind to know.
Bro.
I'm telling you. That lets you know how important your mindset is.
Bro.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
So, dude, when I tell you that, like, so now I'm learning consumer laws, right?
Yeah.
I'm learning now.
So when you say consumer law, for somebody that does not know what that is at all, what is the definition?
All right, good. So consumer laws are federal laws put in place to protect consumers from just basically to protect you in commerce.
Does everybody know
you
about
have
this?
You have people. Not everybody knows about it.
Okay.
You have businesses that takes advantage of consumers, car dealerships, banks. Like
Let me stop you. Me being a year or two ago, I always thought businesses, banks, none of that. I always thought they were fair. They would never do nothing against you.
Bruh.
My mindset shifted.
Bro, I'm gonna give you some stories.
Man, look.
And y'all are gonna pull them up on y'all own phone so y'all can see for yourselves. So, dude, I'm learning consumer laws now. So I'm in Kuwait, right? Dude, I built up my first 800. I went to Kuwait with a 604 credit score. Go on my Instagram, Daraine Delevante. Go look.
We see.
With a 6, I have all the proof, bro. Go to testimonials. Dude, I have everything. So I went to Kuwait with a 604 credit score. 6 months later, I built my first 800 credit score. And then I did it 2 more times after that in 6 months. Because remember I told you earlier that information changes your credit score changes, right? So now, as I'm learning now, so I'm getting funding for myself. I got like maybe like $70,000 worth. Remember, I only had like $1,000 or like $5,000 worth
Got it.
credit. So
Now you're up to 70.
now I'm up to 70. So now when you get new trade lines or new accounts on your credit, you know. So how the age of your credit is, before I even go to the age, let me give y'all some backstory. FICO, right? Fair Isaacs Corporation. They are an algorithm. It's a software technology company that it's the industry standard that lenders use to generate a credit score.
Got it.
So TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, quote unquote credit bureaus. Credit bureaus don't exist, but I want to use that word so people know what I'm talking about. So TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax, FICO licensed them the rights to use their algorithm and the software to generate a credit score.
Got it.
So the information on your credit is model based off of 5 key things: payment history, utilization, length of credit history, new credit, and mixture of credit.
Got it.
Your credit score ranges from 300 to 850.
Yep.
That's 550 points. Utilizations is, not utilization, payment history is 35%.
Okay.
So 35% equals 192.5 points.
So if you're 100% payment history, you got
You're at the point to max out on those 192.5 points.
Got it.
Your utilization is 30%. That 30% now is 165 points.
And utilization, let's say I have a 5,000 credit limit. That's how much I've used of that 5,000.
Correct.
Got it.
Right? So now utilizations and payment history are the 2 biggest factors. Collectively, it's 65%, which is equal to 357.5 points.
Okay.
Right?
So,
So remember now.
850?
If they gave you off the bat 300, and I'll get into that part after I give you the other 2 definitions. So the length of credit history now is 15%. That 15% is 82.5 points.
Got it.
And then you got new credit, which is 10%, which is 55 points, and then mixture of credit, which is another 10%, which is another 55 points. Together now, they give you 550 points.
Got it.
So that's how, when you maximize on all 550 points, that's how a person get an 850, a perfect credit score. Perfect, right?
Everything.
So, but now what a lot of people don't know is that the utilization, the payment history, the length of the credit, the new credit, and the mixture all affects the score, because each category takes certain parts of the information on your consumer report to give you that score.
Got it.
You see how it plays now? So now, I learned that it was a game changer. I built out an 800 credit score 3 times.
What?
Yep, in 1 year.
Easy.
I knew the math.
Because you know the math.
And I know how to change the information.
Whoa.
When I learned that, it was a game changer.
So, all right, when you learn this information, what made you be like, I've learned this? Because I'm going to tell you the truth. A lot of people are selfish. So what in you made this where I know this information? I want everybody to know it. What made you like, I got to give this information away? Or teach it or anything?
Remember, I'm not from this country.
Right.
There are millions of people that are immigrants that are not from this country.
Okay.
And there's people that is from this country that don't know these things exist.
Right.
They don't know that there's consumer laws in place to protect them. And furthermore, they think banks, car dealerships, credit unions, all have their best interests at heart.
Right.
I'm going to tell you, Sway, they don't.
They don't.
Pick your phone up right now.
Let me see.
I want you to Google CFPB lawsuit, $4 billion for Wells Fargo. So CFPB sues Wells Fargo for like $4 billion.
3.7 billion.
3.7 billion.
Mismanagement of auto loans.
Read it.
Company repeatedly misapplied loan payments, wrongfully foreclosed on homes, and illegally repossessed vehicles. What?
And people really think these banks and corporations are on their side.
Yeah, I used to think that. I didn't know that right there.
Oh,
but I used to
your
think-
regular person don't know this. These aren't the things you're bringing on the news.
Right.
It's a distracted world.
Very.
So I'm gonna keep. Do you know that bad credit makes banks the most money?
Of course, the interest, right?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, they love them 20%.
See, you got 800. I gotta give you a 3% or below.
I don't like you.
Come in with a 550.
Oh man, I'm gonna love you.
26%.
Yes, please. sign.
36%.
You can have this card. Yeah, of course you can have this card. Sure. Can't get you signed fast enough.
So the system benefits from people with bad credit.
Exactly.
Dude, credit, America is based on full faith and credit of the American people.
Yeah.
The number one thing that affects every part of your life is not taught in schools.
No, and you know what's crazy too? I had this conversation with somebody that said, look, your doctor wants you to get sick. The police want you to speed. Everything is against you. All the odds are against you. Look, that's how they get paid. That's what it is. So why you think everything is fair? That's what just transformed my mind. Obviously, the banks want you to have bad credit. That's crazy.
So when people are getting calls from these collections, dude,
Yeah.
there's so many violations, right? Like, what if I told you late payments were illegal and shouldn't even be on your credit?
What do you mean? That is
Take your phone. Dude, I can show you better than I can tell you.
What?
All right, I want you to Google right now. 15 USC
15 USC
1681A, 1681A.
1681A. He knows the exact law.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here it is right here.
You should be
wow.
under
I see
definitions
it.
and rules of
I'm
contract.
gonna read it. Like it's
Go
right
down
here,
to number
y'all.
2. Go down to number 2, exclusions.
Let me see. And it's number two. It's literally number 2. How do you know? All right, exclusions. Except as provided in paragraph 3, the term consumer report does not include report containing information solely as the transactions or experiences between the consumer and the person making the report.
All right, you can stop there. Tell me what you got from that.
Let me read it again. I got to read it to comprehend. Report containing information solely as the transaction or experience between the consumer and the person making the report. Whoever's making the consumer report, what does it say?
There's no wrong answer. I'm going to show you.
Okay.
I'm gonna blow your whole mind right now. Do not think there's a wrong answer. There's not. I'm going to show you something.
Report containing information. Oh, wait. So the transactions. Oh, you can't have anything like reporting information. It like your transactions can't be
All right,
reported.
Good. You read it 3 times.
Yeah.
Now imagine if we did this 1 time, but I'm gonna teach you how to read it.
Uh-huh.
Go back again.
Got it.
You will never look at anything the same after this.
All right. Go ahead.
Read again for me.
Report containing information solely as the transactions.
Before that, start from number 2.
Oh, okay. Exclusions. Except as provided
Except as provided
in paragraph 3.
Mm-hmm. The term. What word is used after that?
Consumer report.
Consumer report. They didn't say a credit report.
Mm-hmm.
They said a consumer
Consumer
report.
report.
Let's find out what a consumer report means.
go there.
So if you click on it, click on the word consumer report,
And it's right there.
it's going to give you a definition.
In general, the term consumer report means any written, oral, or other communication of any information by a consumer reporting agency bearing on a consumer's credit worthiness, credit standing, credit capacity, character, general reputation, personal characteristics, or mode of living, which is used. Wow. Which is used to be. That's crazy. That's some
Now,
reason.
in the definition, did you see anything about FICO score in any of the definition?
No, FICO is nowhere in here.
Did you see anything about Advantage?
No.
See, factors of FICO, remember, payment history, utilization, length of credit history, new credit, and mixture of credit. Those are FICO factors. It has nothing to do with your consumer report.
Facts.
The consumer report said, except as, go ahead,
It says
because I
except.
want you to get this right now. It says, except as provided in
Go back.
paragraph 3.
Except is provided in paragraph 3.
The term consumer report. What does not include mean?
I mean, it has nothing to do with
It
that.
has nothing to do with it. So is it fair to say everything you're about to say after that means it shouldn't be in there?
That is true.
All right. Now, what does A1 say?
A1 says report containing wait, that's back
Yeah,
to the same
yeah.
one, right? Report containing information solely as to transactions.
Transactions.
Yeah.
What is your payment history? Isn't your payment history your transactions that you've made?
That is transactions.
So if the consumer report does not include transactions,
How can you ask me that?
where does the late payment come from? If a transaction is not a part of the consumer report and the consumer report is needed to generate a FICO score.
Wow. Wow.
It does not exist.
It don't.
Late payments does not exist. But when I tell people, they look at me like I'm crazy.
They think you're crazy.
They do.
See what I'm saying?
It's in their dude. This law was here before I came to America.
Yeah.
I came and
It's
this
been
law
there.
was already
The
written.
problem is people don't know the law. Because I'm one of those people, obviously.
But you see,
I see.
it's through my people are destroyed because of a lack of information.
Yeah. That's the lack of information.
So we have a moral obligation to share this knowledge
Yep.
with everyone that comes into contact with us. There's people right now that's suffering from bad credit where if they just delete their late payments and their utilization, they can maximize on 357.5 points.
Wow. Don't even know it. They don't even know it.
They didn't even know it.
Yo, you blowing my mind here. I ain't gonna lie, man. You done gave me a whole lot of game, brother. I ain't gonna whole
Collections.
collections.
People don't even know that they don't even have to pay collections.
They don't. I know that you don't have to pay collections.
So I'm gonna
But
show
what
you
do
this
you
now.
do?
I'm gonna show you this now,
Uh-huh.
right? You'll hear a lot of people online and a lot of gurus say, "Don't pay collections, don't pay collections."
Right.
The next time you're gonna know, but ask one of them, "Why shouldn't I pay collection?" Or "Where did you get the information that I shouldn't pay collection?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you right now.
He's-
So you're about to know more than a lot of people who even do credit.
Wow. Okay.
15 USC,
15 USC
1692
1692
CC.
CC.
You should be under communications.
It's under. Yep. 90C communication connection.
All right.
Got it.
Read what C says.
And how do you know exactly which law it is?
I love what I do.
Season communication. Here we go. If a consumer notifies a debt collector in writing that the consumer refuses to pay a debt or that the consumer wishes the debt collector to cease further communication with the consumer, the debt collector shall not communicate further with the consumer with respect to such debt, except.
And it gives you 3 conditions.
It does give 3 conditions.
Only 3. When you send out a cease and desist, they can only respond to you in one of 3 ways.
Yep.
People don't know this. So
Yeah.
debt collectors nowadays send statements, payment history. Dude, every time a debt collector sends you something that you're not supposed to send you, or that's a violation of the law, you are owed $1,000. People
What?
don't know that they can get paid for having bad credit.
Nobody knows that. But why would they let you know that? They would lose money that way,
Come on,
right?
bruh.
If you know, you know, huh?
Come on, bruh.
Oh, you dropping the sauce.
Oh, it's in there.
But it's
in
right there.
All right. 15 USC 1692 K.
K. Let's go down to K.
You have to back out of that and then
Yep.
go to K.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Not CC, CK.
Yeah, you have to go to 15 USC 1692 K. It's gonna bring you to the civil liability section.
It sure does. Civil liability.
Come on, bro.
That is bizarre. All right, I see it.
Read what it says.
A?
Yep.
Okay. Amount of damages. Except as otherwise provided by this section, any debt collector who fails to comply with any provision of this subchapter with respect to any person is liable to such person in an amount, equal to the sum of, there it is, the $1,000 is right there on 2A.
$1,000 per violation. You can make bag with bad credit. People don't know.
You can make a bag off bad credit. But they don't know that.
They don't know. The things you don't know that you don't know. The
Hurt
people
you.
that do know will use the things that you don't know
Against
because you just don't know it.
Don't know it. Wow. All you got to do is know the information.
Dude, I can go for days. You want me to continue?
I think you gotta know. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, I done learned so much. What in the world?
We haven't even started yet, bro.
Bro,
This is like an intro.
and it gets deeper.
Oh, it gets way deeper, bro.
My God.
Something as simple as a charge off, right?
Mhm.
A lot of people think that
And a charge off.
A charge off. So let me explain what a charge off is, because I keep thinking everybody knows.
Yeah, no, I try to
credit.
keep it there.
So,
yeah. But that's
so
why we
thank
work.
you for keeping me
Of
on
course.
point. So a charge off is basically when an unpaid account or a debt or a line of credit goes like 180 days and it doesn't get paid.
Unattended.
Normally they charge it off after 180 days.
So wait. Let me break it down. So let's say I have a credit card, right, and it has a balance of I don't know $5,000 on it.
And you stop paying it. 180 days from you stop paying it normally is when they initiate what is called a charge off. So a charge off
6 months. Yep.
Yeah,
6
or when they file a form 1099-C, it's basically a canceled debt. So they're reporting to the IRS that this debt is uncollectible. You know, we need a tax break on this debt.
So it disappears.
So no, it doesn't.
Okay.
Somebody's left holding the bag. Nothing just disappears. See, the IRS says a charge-off is gross or ordinary income. Well, not a charge-off. Let me be more specific. A canceled debt, or when a Form 1099-C, which is a canceled debt for a charge-off, is initiated by a creditor, that now is considered gross or ordinary income for the consumer.
Right.
So now, if the consumer has that charge-off being reported as a debt, it is inaccurate because the IRS says it's income. See, what the consumer needs to do is change the status. You change the status now by asking for the Form 1099-C so you can file it on your taxes. Somebody has to pay the taxes.
So that's all it has to do is pay
Correct.
the taxes.
So
your
now
debt can sit.
you don't pay taxes on debt.
That's
You'll never pay taxes on debt. Why you think rich people don't pay taxes?
That's why, because everything's in
Everything
debt.
is debt.
Everything is
Rich
debt.
people. What? So rule number one in Rich Dad Poor Dad: the rich don't work for money. The
Facts.
rich have money work for them.
Money works for you.
Rich people don't really have income.
Yep.
They don't.
Nope.
So what they'll do is they'll borrow against their assets because debt is tax
So is
free.
that where they'll borrow against their houses, like pull a mortgage out on a $3 million house?
But so not really pull the mortgage out. So
Okay.
what a rich person will do is they'll do what is called a HELOC, a home equity line of credit, right? So you can basically turn in the equity in your home into a credit card. But most rich people, they have real estate, they have investments, they have life insurance,
Right.
They have these different vehicles. So you remember when it came up that Trump don't pay taxes?
Yeah.
All right. There's a reason why. He owns a lot of real estate. There's a thing in real estate called depreciation, right? This allows them to take a paper loss, and that paper loss now can be applied to their income.
Okay.
So let's say his depreciation for 2024 is 10 billion, right? But let's say he made 7 billion.
Okay.
He has a loss of 10 billion.
Yeah.
So he's not going to pay taxes
'Cause he didn't make no
because
money.
on paper he didn't make
He
no
lost money.
Correct.
On paper.
So now with a real estate investor, let's say we buy an apartment complex together, right? And it cost us about $1 million to get it. We then renovated it for another $1 million, so we're $2 million in. And everything is brand new. We went to the appraiser now. The appraiser said this now is valued at $5 million. So we're in for $2 million, right?
Yep.
We're in for $2 million. The new value is $5 million.
Okay.
So we can do what is called a cash out refinance, where we're pulling $2 million out.
Got it.
It is debt.
It's debt.
There's no taxes on debt. So I pay you your mill back.
Of course.
I got a cool mill. We both got a mill tax free. We still have the asset that's cash flowing. The rich don't work
The rich
for money.
don't work for money. I tell people all the time.
Let me give you something. The reason why it's so hard for poor people, and I'm really saying this because I want you guys to get it. Like, y'all my cousins, all right? I came to Atlanta to learn this. You're all my cousins. So can I speak to y'all like y'all my cousins? Shout out to my guy, Dion.
Come on,
right?
man.
He loves using this phrase. Yeah. Can I speak to y'all? Like, if I can speak to y'all like my cousins,
We can
let
get
me see
somewhere.
y'all put cousins in the chat.
Yeah.
So, listen. Poor people pay for things with their life. Rich people pay for things with their creativity.
See what I'm saying?
Not assets, their creativity. Because what? It is manufactured here.
Yep.
Let me explain. You do $100,000 a year.
Right.
W-2 earner. Did you know that for 5 months you work for free?
How?
Taxes.
That's true.
35 or 40% goes to the government. So you made 100,000, you're getting paid at least 60, 65. So half a year you just gave to the government. It's free. You just worked half a year for free. Then everything that you're going to buy now, you're still paying taxes on top of it, even though you just gave half of your paycheck to taxes.
You can't even go get a burger.
Correct.
Without paying tax.
So now look at it this way. If you're making the 100,000 and now you want a car, the car is 60,000. You're looking at that car like that is a year worth of my life.
Yeah.
See, rich people now, if I want a $60,000 car, I'm going to create a program that can help people that can generate me that 60,000 to go and buy it. Dude, I am no less short of a creativity 2 minutes ago than I am tomorrow. But guess what I have? I made that 60,000.
Yep.
I still have that course that's still helping everyone clean their credit. So I just made an asset and I got my car.
Wow.
All I did was use my creativity for maybe an hour, 2 hours to create a product.
Yep.
But that product will now pay me for
a lifetime.
A lifetime.
That's a perfect point to stop on, y'all. Jesus Christ, my brain, brother. Look, so anybody in the chat, man, I know. Look, not in the chat. Anybody watching this video, I know, because I didn't.
We gotta do part 2.
We gotta do a part 2, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, because I have learned so much. Even me, I'm at a point where my mental capacity is like, if I listen anymore, my brain is gonna burst. This is stuff they don't teach you in school, so I appreciate you coming on. Look. I thoroughly appreciate it. And you dropping game, and you even pulled it up with facts. That's the thing. Y'all got to pay attention to people that talk without telling you to look it up. Y'all see, he said, go to Google right now, type it up. That came from Cornell Law School. This is not just this is not just some random little hand typed up. This is a .edu. And everything in this video, y'all can go to Google and type it up yourself. It's going to be the first thing to come up. You got it. It's credibility. I say all the time. You have to have credible people. If you're going to have a mentor, make sure they're credible. Look, I don't want you to mentor me on how to make $5 million if you have not made $5 million. That doesn't make sense.
That don't make no sense.
You got to, if you teaching me credit, you got to know everything about it. And obviously, and he knew exact numbers. He's 1692 KC. Like, what the fuck? Like, how? Who knows shit like that? But yeah, look, man, y'all. So tell them how they can find you. Tell them if they want to learn from you. How can they learn from you?
All right, cool. So for those of you that stayed to the end, I got something cool for y'all. I didn't want to say it in the beginning because for those that didn't stay to the end, guess what? I don't think they should get it.
Facts.
For everyone that stayed throughout this whole episode,
what you got?
Right? So I'm going to give everyone a course, right? I'm going to give them access to my 30-day course, right?
Okay.
And my I got some ebooks and a course that I'm going to give to them. So the course is $14.97. That's $1,497. The ebooks are like $200 a piece. And for everybody right now, I'm going to give it, like, if you stay to the end, I'm going to give it to y'all for $47.
What?
So I don't care. Like, if y'all message me, right, or DM me or whatever, after y'all applied the stuff, like, for me, it's worth it. Yeah. So for everybody right now that wants to stop being stuck and don't want to look like Chuck in the pickup truck, like some people are just like, I'm over it, bro. I despise having bad credit. So for everyone right now that is serious, I want you to text the word credit, CREDIT. Text the word credit to 917-993-5238.
It'll be listed right here.
Yep, we're going to have it below. So this is for $47. And I'm going to have a bonus in here. I'm not telling y'all what the bonus is.
I might have to get it. I ain't going to lie. You got me curious. Because think about it. People got to put it in perspective. It doesn't matter. $47 to learn anything. I spent more than $47 on breakfast.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have it fully loaded because I want y'all to win. So I'm giving y'all 2 ebooks and access to my 30-day course for $47. But I'm gonna add a bonus to it. I'm gonna add a bonus to it. I am gonna add a bonus to it, and this bonus is something that you guys can use right away to get results. Yeah. So, excuse me. So, if you stayed to the end, you deserve this.
For sure.
You deserve this. And if you have bad credit, I need you to start. Just go get Rich Dad Poor Dad.
That's
Please. Go get Think and Grow Rich. Let's start feeding our minds the things we want to become. Because I promise you, the moment you have a change in your mind, everything else in your life is going to change. Like, I don't know how else to say it. So that's credit. Text the word credit to 917-993-5238. I'll have a special package for you. Like, I believe y'all deserve it. Because I know if I had this when I came here, I wouldn't have waited from 2010, almost 10 years.
Yeah, 2019.
10 years before I made a change with my credit, the real way.
But if you would have knew the information.
If I knew the information faster.
Hey, man. Thank you so much.
If I'd known it faster.
For sure.
So, yeah, man. So, I want to give y'all this, man. I really love y'all. Oh, my Instagram, Daraine Delevante. We're going to have it below.
It'll be all in the description, y'all. Y'all going to see it's going to be tattooed on the screen. It'll be everywhere.
So, it's DARAINE DELEVANTE. I'm on YouTube. I'm everywhere. Just type in Daraine Delevante. I am very Googleable. Y'all can find me. I'm not some guy that if you Google me, you can't find me. I am everywhere.
Come on now.
I got resources. I'm going to show y'all where to get the stuff.
Hey.
But you got to commit. The greatest investment you will ever make is an investment in yourself. And if you think $47 is too much for you to invest in your own life, this is not for you, bro. It's really not.
I'm telling you.
It's not.
Hey, y'all.
It's not.
Thank you so much for coming on, brother. Hey, look, you poured a lot of knowledge into me, too. And even in my position, I learned something, so I know y'all did. Look, everybody comes to, if you're first time coming to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Let us know your perspectives on it as well. Pull up the description for me. Click that description for me. You'll see all his socials, all his links. I'll even have a link directly to his course if you want to pay the $47, y'all. Look, I'm getting it myself, so I don't see why you wouldn't. So look,
they should let us know if they want a part 2.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you drop a comment if y'all want a part 2.
If y'all don't put part 2, we're not doing it.
Facts.
We got to know that y'all want a part 2.
Come on now. Yeah. And if you're coming from my Instagram, I dropped a lot of clips. Come from my gram, make sure you drop a comment too. Hey, look, until part 2, I guess, we're out.